a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Welcome to Sooner Nation and Gaylord family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium, as we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Auburn Tigers, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Oklahoma Sooners. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Sooners will kick it away to start us off. And he's going to try to return this one. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Auburn's offense will have the first possession of the game. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week, and watching that tape before...
Oh, he's got some space. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35. A first down for the offense. They're going to ride this running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Well, it's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time. The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the carry on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Got the first down and more. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires it incomplete. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line now.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Now with the first and goal, let's see what Auburn's got cooking. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
We know a lot of offenses like to script their opening 10 plays going into games. They practice it over and over and over again throughout the week, and you just saw flawless execution on the opening drive by the offense. A nice job mixing in pass and run, getting different guys involved here early. They cap it off with a nice run late, but what a great job to take control of this game. And the offense, they've got it moving now.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Sooners offense has the ball for the first time. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front, because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like, when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, they can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
Finds his man. And good coverage by the defense, just a short game.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here.
Turning it off! Ridden out of bounds downs at the 45, a big play for this offense. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll go to the ground. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Back to throw, it's Gardner. Fires to the wideout. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. The Sooners will call on their punt team. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. He won't be able to return this one as it goes out of bounds. So here comes the Auburn offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Out of the gun, the give to the back. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. After the productive first down play at 2nd and 6.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
From the gun to give, looking for room. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, first down. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. Fires and picked off. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. The give to the back. Still running at the 40. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. And the Sooners, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Caught over the middle. It's Washington. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. And still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's got it on the run. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. The Sooners will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
When I get inside the 3 and 1st and goal, I want to be aggressive with the run. I want to be a physical. I want to be the more dominant team. You might know it's coming, but I'm still going to bring it. They tried to go with the changeout. They tried to throw the football very unsuccessfully. Nice job by the defense being ready for everything, even though they're inside the 3-yard line.
They want to fight this one in a phone booth. 3 tight ends on the field on 3rd and goal. He'll keep it on the sneak. Sneak gets it done.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On design runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, it's a final now and one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable ACC clash. Wake Forest packed a wallop today, and in many ways felt like it packed Deke's Nation with them too. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead it felt like a walk through the park in Winston-Salem. Never know what can happen when 2 good teams face off, but even the most plugged-in ACC fans have to be surprised by this
finds a little bit of space, he'll get 3 out to the 15.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He's got it along the sideline. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain. They don't seem interested in inching the ball down the field. That big play sets him up. 1st and 10 from the 36. Rushes on him. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. So after the penalty, a little extra ground to cover on 1st down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. 2nd and 10 after the previous play. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Kane. Knocked off his feet.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, giving him a tunnel to run through.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge 3rd down play. Working the middle. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. The Tigers are flying down the field. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to throw, it's Yoder. He's got the tight end. And he picks up enough for the 1st down. We'll see if they get another snap here in the 1st quarter. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the 1st quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the 1st. Let's see who gets the edge early in the 2nd. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
And that is the perfect way to cap off this drive. This thing started way back on their 2-yard line, and they methodically marched it down the field. You saw a little bit of everything on this drive, so at the very end, you pay it off. Really nice job running down in the red zone for the score.
So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Gives it on the option. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4-yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
To the air, it's Gardner. Quickly to the tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. The Sooners will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Working well behind the sticks on second down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. What a huge call there. They had the turnover. Instead, the roughing the passer call takes it all away. So the quarterback stood in there and took that hit, and it pays off with a roughing the passer penalty and a first down. Gonna run it. It's Grove. He has the first and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You know, in the SEC, you're going to have to run the football if you're going to win games. You can go on and on talking about great Auburn running backs back in the day, but right here, right now, if this team's going to win an SEC championship, they need to force-feed this guy the football and let him go to work.
To the air, it's Yoder. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Breaks into the open. He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on third down. Right on the money. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
So now it's second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Finds his man. It's Kane. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They knock him down, but not before he picks up a first down for Auburn.
Yeah, and I just need a crease. I need you offensive linemen, just like right here. Great job holding the point of attack. Don't let any penetration come in. Give me a little sliver, and then you see the...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. And the Tigers trying to pay off the threat on first. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Auburn.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point puts them on top. 21-7. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen.
And down he goes back at the 3.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dominant.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They go to the ground. There he goes. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Tigers. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Sooner offense returns to the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score. And Jesse.
And the sack all the way back at the 5.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some.
He'll take a shot. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
And we're not used to seeing this from this offense. This offense usually clips at a really high level on 3rd down. They execute well. Tip your cap to the defense. They won that battle.
Auburn sends out the punting unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Looking downfield, it's Gardner. It's complete on the right side. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. He's going to lose a yard on that one. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Sooners trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Pocket breaking down. Scrambling away. Oh, he's got some space. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. He gets it down to the 36 before being knocked out of bounds. The Sooners can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Under fire. He'll pull it down. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit.
It's so nice to be an offense on 2nd down in short yardage situations. Why? I can take shots. If I want to, I can just act like I'm going to run to try to get the 1st down, take a deep shot down the field. I can run the football. The whole playbook is open to my disposal.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. He can't wait for this game to be over.
This time he's got his man. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to pass, it's Gardner. Trying to pull his way in. Touchdown, Oklahoma! A great catch and run for 6.
And I'm not going to say that was a must-score, but that was a must-score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully now you build some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the 2nd half.
Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Has enough time to get off the play before we head to the half. Off the play fake on 1st down. Got his man on the right.
Primary targets all covered down the field, so the QB had to check it down. He found his fullback, but for no gain.
The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. Give to the fullback. Got the 1st down and more. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from Norman so far. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's head back to Oklahoma and Memorial Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. Returner will field try to do some business. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. He gets it up across the 20 to the 22 before he's pushed out of bounds. And the Sooners can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Leaves it with the back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. So here comes the Auburn offense. The give to the big fullback. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to throw, it's Yoder. Snags it over the middle. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the offense gets an automatic first down after the roughing the passer penalty. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Give to the running back. Headed to the end zone, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Auburn!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. Bringing it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Threw a pick the last time they had him. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And this defense is just simply not playing around. They've got a big lead, and they're not playing big prevent coverages, bend, don't break. They're just going to let this offense dink and dunk the ball down the field and waste time. Third play of the drive, they get a sack. They're staying aggressive, and they're getting after this quarterback.
They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. Wants to throw. It's Gardner. They get to him as he throws. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, the running back has it. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. The Sooners will line up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. He's got great speed. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The Sooners have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking for a man. It's Gardner. Finds his tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Washington. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. And the Sooners line up to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Fields the punt, wants to make a play, and the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Paul. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Here's the handoff. Turning it on. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. The Tigers lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
They needed only 1 yard. Good job by the offensive line, getting just enough push to keep this drive alive.
Got a man, it's Kane. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
On the option. Oh, and he can't hold the clutch, and the ball's loose.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. After swapping into the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Bringing the heat. That's caught. It's Grove. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Auburn sends out the punting unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and trailing late, they've got to get to work here. Looking downfield, it's Gardner. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field to make these explosive plays, and now huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
Got his man downfield. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Forced out of the pocket.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They're going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too, and that time, that was a great play call defensively.
Lets it fly on the move. Hits him inside the 20, still going. He's showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. The Sooners are marching down the field. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Safe completion on the screen. And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. Push down for the tackle.
Quarterbacks love throwing slants to big boys. When you've got big targets, man, it's hard to miss them. Great job throwing to a guy that tall, putting it near his body, and he plucks it in for the catch.
Gets the back moving. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
And this is not decision time. This offense, it's green light the rest of the game. Down multiple possessions, got to go for it on 4th down. Probably had that in mind. It's a little shorter 4th down, but this offense has got to stay fast-paced and got to make some explosive plays.
They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. The Sooners didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. With the run on 1st and goal. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4. They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. Tries again to get it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown Sooners!
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is. Gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And he makes the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Vanderbilt opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Complete to start this drive. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. From the gun, running back gets the give. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. We're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Leaves it with the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. To the air. It's Yoder. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, the DB never even backpedaled. He never even thought that receiver was running deep, and that's why he was able to put his foot in the ground. And he smothered that curl route, knocking it away.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Got a man. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. And the Sooners moving quickly to the line.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Oh, they're after him. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect the quarterback a little bit more, whether it's screens, whether...
He's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Auburn.
Now on 2nd down. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Dropping back, it's Yoder. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And here comes the field goal unit. There is no doubt, at this point in the game, this crowd knows how big this kick could be. And the right rotation on that one to get a little help from the crossbar and get it through. And that lead grows even bigger. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is...
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Sooners with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Pressure coming. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Here's a heat. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. Now, thanks to that gamble and failure, a chance to tack a little extra onto the lead late. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Unsuccessful 2nd down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here?
Touchdown, Tigers! And the pummeling has started. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Well, what I love about this team early this year is it looks like they can fight through adversity. They started the year 2-0. This game looked like it was in the balance here in the fourth quarter. But after watching them answer with that last touchdown drive, that shows me they've got the mental toughness to potentially make a run this year.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
Just gets rid of it before the heat. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. The Sooners come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Back to throw, it's Gardner. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going.
And they'll take over.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. They're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back.